What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we got a little bit of a different video. We're going to be in game because we got a bunch of new updates, and more importantly, we got some new ship upgrades. So absolutely awesome. We got 6 total, so they are all level 5 upgrades. So we're going to go through those real quick. So anyway, the first one we got is Payroll Management System, and this reduces reload time of all your support weapons by 10%. So that is awesome. Obviously, all these are the ones affected, so every support stratagem in the game. So that's actually really good because that's going to be able to have our rockets reload faster, and when we overuse our laser, we're going to be able to use that faster. So any benefit to make these things more quick to reload is going to be awesome. I'm really going to be curious to see how this feels with the rockets more specifically, because those can be quite slow to reload. The heavy machine gun did recently receive that pretty large buff to its reload, so this is also going to be a huge benefit to that. So just a really good overall solid ship upgrade. It's going to be really nice, and also it extends the ship bay here, which is pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like when I get this upgrade. High density explosives. So this increases the damage radius of explosions caused by orbital stratagems by 10%. So this is going to be all of our explosives, like our 380s, 120s, orbital precision, walking barrage. Just making these things do more bigger badass explosions is gonna be awesome. Anything that can just make these things better is gonna be always much welcome. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this one too, to see how much bigger it actually is. The next one we got is advanced crew training. Eagle rearm cooldown further reduced by 10% if, and that's a big if, called in while Eagle uses still remain. So this is gonna be very useful for those high use Eagle strikes, because basically, if you get down to one use, you're going to be able to call it in at a 30% cooldown rate, as opposed to just the 20 you get from the regular pit crew hazard pay, which is pretty cool. I really do like that, because it's going to give you that option if you want to get it back a little faster. That was one of my biggest complaints about the Eagle strafing run, is I wish the rearm was just a little lower. And now we actually can make it a little lower by just asking for a rearm just a little bit sooner. It's not going to be very useful for things like the 500 kg personally, because you only get 2 uses with that. So I'm not really going to see people using it for that too often. But for the higher ones with higher uses, yeah, I can see this being used quite a bit. Morale augmentation reduces cooldown time for all stratagems by 5%. Just a nice little quality of life thing. It's not huge. 5% is not a massive reduce, but again, anything to get us our cooldowns back a little faster. But yeah, it's a nice little quality of life thing. Streamlined launch process. All support stratagems launch immediately once called in, reducing overall deployment time. This is going to be interesting. I'm not sure how this is going to work, because it would be nice if, again, like they said, it's instant, but I don't know how instant it could be to be actual without breaking the realism. At the same time, like, I mean, if there's no call-in actual timer part, that's going to be great, because it does take a minute, especially with some of the modifiers on the map, to get your weapons sometimes, which is very annoying. So if you accidentally land near a big patrol and you need your anti-tank stuff because there's a Hulk or a factory strider in your face, and you're having to wait 5 to 6 seconds for your freaking thing to come down, or even 10 seconds. I don't know. It's a long time for some of these things to come down if you have that modifier on. It's very annoying. So if that eliminates that modifier altogether, I'm all for it. That's going to be great. Cross-platform compatibility. Mortar sentries prioritize fire at marked targets. So this is going to make marking actually more of a regular use thing when you're using mortars. So it's going to be great for things like the big defense missions, or going to be great for things like the eradicates, or even just regular missions also. But this is going to be really interesting, because marking has been useful overall for telling your team where to go, where you're going, and if you're using the scout armor passive, it allows you to scout and, you know, see enemies around the marker and stuff like that. But it's really going to be nice to have another reason to use it, with the mortar sentries, to be able to mark something and say, hey, mortars attack that, like a factory strider, for example. You know, because that's going to be great for them to target that, because mortars do have some erratic behavior where they kind of target everything, which is cool, but sometimes it's like, hey, we have a high priority target that we need to kill first before you start killing these random light armor units, please. So it's gonna be interesting to see this, because I'm actually this honestly is probably the best, if not the most interesting for sure, upgrade that we got so far with this. But all right, guys, that's it for me today. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below on all these changes. Do you think that the new ship upgrades are really cool, or which ones are you looking forward to using the most? Let me know down in the comments below. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video, which is coming out probably tomorrow in the next couple of days. See you later.